One of the biggest strengths that I see from entrepreneurs are those who are the most organized. Now, I used to think that I was organized, but if I was being 100% honest, I was just like an organized mess. Like I would keep a lot of information all at once and then not really know how to aggregate all of it. So here's a sneak peek, a little sneak peek of how I would roll. I would collect multiple schedules and calendars. I would have weekly to-do lists. And then I started keeping a very big notebook. But inside this notebook, I would have, oh, there goes flying, a Post-it note. Yes, lots of Post-it notes. Lots of random pieces of paper. In addition to that, I would keep these running tabs of things I needed to do. So while I was organized, I was just a messy, organized person. So let's chat about things that I have done to get things streamlined. I started thinking about what I could do to not get overwhelmed and still see everything I needed to do. So what I had my beautiful and wonderful teammate design for me is something I call the productivity planner. This is all my messy ideas streamlined into one particular way for me to stay organized. So what I like to do is I like to start off my month by keeping a running to-do list. This is everything that needs to get done for that month. Let's take a look at what a sample one might look like. So let's just take hypothetically the month of November. Everything that needs to get done for the month of November is cataloged here. Instead of me having a planner and a calendar and a Google calendar and lots of Post-it notes, which is how I used to roll heavily, the thing that I'm doing is keeping a running to-do list. Comes to my mind, I write it here. Now, instead of getting overwhelmed at a very big to-do list, the next thing that I'll do is I'll plan it by week. So now I can just take another sample. Let's just take the week of October 30th, 2017 to the end of the week, which is November 4th. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take things from the master to-do list, things that I'm keeping track of, and I put it on each day. I assign tasks to each specific day. So let's just take a look at Monday, for example. And if you guys notice, this little square here is the size of a Post-it note, which is paying homage to the fact that I collect Post-it notes like a crazy woman. But I'll list everything that I need to do for that day. But to me, that's not enough. Having a running to-do list for that day isn't enough because I'm not keeping track of everywhere I need to be, everything I need to do, which is why I create a daily timeline. So on average for me, I start my day around 4:30 in the morning and I end my workday around 6:30. So in between those hours, I need to fit everything that I need to get in for that day, but it also keeps me organized and it keeps me tethered. So for instance, I plan for when I'm gonna eat breakfast, I plan for when I'm gonna eat lunch, I plan when I'm gonna walk the dog. I also plan for commute times. If I wanna practice yoga on Monday, well, I need to drive myself to yoga, I need to practice yoga, I need to drive myself home. If I want a green smoothie, well, I need to allocate time for making the green smoothie. And on that particular day, on October 30th, I actually shot my family Christmas cards. Yes, I did my mom a very big favor because she would never forgive me if I didn't shoot her Christmas card photos. But I had to plan time for me to drive to the studio, to shoot my family photos, to drive home. And I also added time for us to go out to lunch after. So I knew exactly what I was gonna be doing, how I was gonna be working, and how I was gonna be staying organized, not only by the month, and not only by the week, but by the day and the hour. And one final thing that I have decided that has made a big difference in how I organize my time is by creating what I call my monthly intentions. Now, this is completely optional, but I noticed that when I started keeping track of the things that I wanted to do, basically what I have and who I am and how I feel, that big changes started coming into fruition. Why? Because I believe that I need to speak the things that I want in order to manifest them in my life. So I'm not gonna share all of my monthly intentions, but this is just a way to help you keep yourself tethered to the things that you want. So for instance, I'll share a couple of them, and I'm speaking in present tense as I write these. I am working with a team I love, trust, and I'm inspired by. I see my parents twice this month for a long and slow meal. I've outlined a role for my administrative assistant before I begin the search. Now, am I hiring? No. But by the end of the month or by the end of 2 months or 3 months, I want to look back at this intention and say, I started this search. I began the things that I needed to do. I took an organized approach to finding the person that I wanted on my team. So not only am I planning by month, I'm planning by week, I'm planning by hour. In addition to that, I have my monthly intentions. I hope that this gives a little bit of insight into how I organize, how I've become a lot better organized. If you would like to download this free productivity planner and get a little piece into my crazy mind, and hopefully it'll help you get organized with your business, feel free to visit jasminestar.com/productivity. I wish you all the best.